I'm Cecilia, I live in Zurich and I love train travel, and I'm trying to visit all 1,720 public transport train stations in Switzerland. But back in April I was in London for a few days and I'd never been to the New Forest, so I decided to take the train there and go for a nice walk.
Good morning, I'm off to Vauxhall train station and I'm going to go walking in the New Forest, which is another place that I've not been before.
The next station is
Made it, just, and I'm on the train now to Clapham Junction. Basically from Vauxhall to Clapham Junction it takes 4 minutes, then I need to change there for a train to Brockenhurst, which is going to take an hour and 27 minutes, and then from Brockenhurst I'm going to take a bus to a small town whose name I'm now forgetting, where I'm going to start my hike or walk, I'm not sure yet, and then I'm basically walking back to Brockenhurst, if I remember correctly. So that's the plan. I've got a GPX and I have my Garmin inReach Mini with me because my experience of being on walks in the UK has been that there is not reliable reception. And the day is absolutely gorgeous, so I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, and this evening I'm meeting a friend for dinner as well, so I mustn't be late back to London.
Service to Basingstoke.
So, I'm on the second train of the day. I was supposed to be on my second train of the day to Brockenhurst, which is where, it's already in the New Forest, but I'm not. So I took the train from Vauxhall to Clapham Junction, which only took 4 minutes, but it was late enough that I missed my connection. So I'm now on an alternative route. I'm taking this one from Clapham Junction to Basingstoke, which is going to take an hour and 9 minutes. And then I do have a little bit of a gap in Basingstoke, which should give me enough buffer time in case this one's delayed as well. And then I'm going from Basingstoke to Brockenhurst, which is going to take 50 minutes. Then after that, I need to take a bus from Brockenhurst to oh dear, I keep forgetting the name of this little place. Brockenhurst to Lyndhurst, and that is where I'm starting my walk, and I'm walking from Lyndhurst back to Brockenhurst, so basically walking back the route that I would have taken the bus, but obviously I'm not taking the exact same route. I looked up a walking path, it's an official path and everything, so I'm not, just obviously I'm taking a proper path. I've not just looked up random roads, and so I'm doing one half of a Brockenhurst Lyndhurst loop. It's about 8 kilometers, the bit that I'm doing, so it should finish in Brockenhurst, which is good because then I should be able to catch a train from there in the afternoon. So if all goes well now, I'll arrive at the start of my walk at 11:22, and I need to be back on a train by, I think it's 3:11 p.m. So I think for 8 kilometers that's super comfortable, but ideally I want to stop for coffee both at the start and at the end. Stop for hot chocolate both at the start and at the end of the walk, because they look like really cute little villages and there were lots of highly rated coffee places, so I'm looking forward to that. We arrived a minute early in Basingstoke, so well done. Southwestern Railway that I hardly ever take. And now I have 20 minutes here before my last train towards the New Forest. Had a look on the map. It looked like the town is really close to the train station, so I'm just walking through the big shopping centre that unfortunately is right across from the station, and hopefully there is a proper little town behind this. I have no idea about Basingstoke. I saw a play once where someone made a joke about having been to the UK and knowing the UK because they'd spent some time in Basingstoke, and that's about it. There was a sign back there that said it was the birthplace of Jane Austen. I had no clue. So far, big shopping centre. Come on. If it's war damage, I don't mind. If this was purposely torn down and it was previously cuter, I'm furious. There we go.
I looked it up. Wikipedia says Basingstoke sustained very little war damage, but in the 1960s they decided to redevelop the area. So, classic mid-century stupidity.
Last train in this direction, and then that bus. I'm in Brockenhurst now, and the bus that I'm supposed to take is in over 20 minutes, so I have some time. I don't want to be there like literally when it's supposed to leave because that feels risky, but I think I have enough time to walk to the next stop, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. It's a gorgeous day, and yesterday when I was talking to my friend, she said, "Oh, you're going to the New Forest, you'll see lots of ponies," and I was like, well, I suppose maybe one or two. No, there are tons. I didn't realise like how many there are just dotted around the countryside. So cute. And I saw people walking on what looked like lovely paths, so I'm very excited for this walk. I'm starting my walk. Should be about 8 kilometers. I've got a little over 3 hours to get this done if I want to catch the ideal train. If I catch the one after, I should still be on time, but if there are delays, then obviously that's going to be an issue. And I had a very nice time walking around this little village. The hot chocolate I got was good, and the cafe was really cute. The bakery I went to, really cute as well. And I have a little egg and spinach bun either for halfway if I'm making good time, or for the train back if I'm in a rush. Now, oh, and I was at the visitor centre as well, which was cute. I would say the National Trust just always does them so spectacularly well that the bar is crazy high, but it was really, really nice nonetheless. Very busy, cute little cafe in there as well. And I used the very, very serviceable loos there as well. So I'm now on my way. And firstly, I'm heading to the church that I saw from the bus stop. Whew. My legs are hurting. Not from now, but from the last couple of days. But I'm sure it'll be fine. There's not a ton of elevation change on this walk. Two kilometres in, and I've just come off the little country lane, and now I'm on a forest path. Kilometres in, which is halfway, and the rest of the way is even flatter than the start, so this should be very comfortable. It's taken an hour and 15 minutes-ish so far, so I should be more than on time for the train that I wanted to catch. So yeah, quite pleased with this. If I find somewhere suitable, I'll have my snack. But so far I haven't seen any benches or anything like that, so it might be they may not want you to do that, so that's fine too. Just over 5 kilometres in, and there are some people who probably know this area better than I do, as in at all, who sat down next to this little river and they're having a little picnic, so I'm about to do the same. This is a really lovely spot. The water is beautiful. That little egg and sandwich thing was delicious, and it looks like the area is changing. And earlier I spotted a little pony through these trees, so maybe I'll see some more. Six kilometres in. It's really windy, but otherwise really beautiful. my first time in this area, so... There was a very loud noise, I think indicating that a faster train is coming through. There it goes. So, the walk was 8.6 kilometers in the end because I took wrong turns a couple of times, and you know, it just always is a little bit longer than it's supposed to be, for me anyway. And I had such a nice time on this walk. Obviously the weather helped a lot, but yeah, so good. Very pleased I saw some ponies in the end as well, and I timed this rather well, I think. The next train's in a couple of minutes. To be fair, I did take my time once in, or like close to the village, but yeah, had the best time. So good. And now it's a direct train from Brockenhurst to Waterloo, and from Waterloo it'll be very close to Liverpool Street, where my friend usually takes her train back home, and we're meeting close-ish to Liverpool Street. I suggested we could go for dinner at Cannon Street, or like opposite Cannon Street, so we'll see if we do that. But for now, I think it'll be a nice train journey back to London because the weather is still pretty spectacularly good. And I think there is the train. Back on the train, and I'm in first class. I didn't realise there was one, so I was a bit surprised. And it's a direct train to Waterloo. It left on time, so far this is excellent. It's going to take 1 hour and 35 minutes. I've got my book. At the moment I'm keeping a lookout for this. Ah. I love seeing the sea from the train, and I really quite like container ports, so that's always fun to see. Nearly in Southampton now, I think, and yeah, and I'm just going to continue reading my book. It's really interesting. The first chapter is about the Magna Carta and what actually was in it, what it meant at the time, what people have tried to make it mean since then, etc. And that's kind of what this book is about. It's like stories that people have told themselves about England, specifically England, and to what extent they're true. So very interesting. Would recommend so far, but I haven't got very far through yet. The train was right on time, and I'm meeting my friend at Bank, in front of the Bank of England. We said Lombard Street exit, and so I'm heading to the Waterloo and City line. I used to come here a lot, like I used to be at Waterloo every day for work for 2 years, but I don't think I've taken the Waterloo and City line more than 10 times, so we'll see what it's like. It is huge. Had an absolutely enormous pizza that I shared with my friend. It was really nice to see her, so I was very, very glad that she was able to make the time. And I just walked back to Liverpool Street with her, and she's catching the train back to Essex. And I am going to head home because my sister and her flatmate are already home, and then we can watch the last episode of Adolescence. Also, the pizza was so good. People were right, home slice is excellent. We just had a margarita, but yeah, so yummy.
Adolescence was obviously amazing. If you still haven't watched it for some reason, definitely do. But I fell asleep after that again and didn't film again. So I'll see you next time. Bye.